6:31, I'm going to call this meeting to order. Y'all please stand for the pledge.
To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Matt?
All right. All right. Haines. Fuller.
Here.
Abbott.
Here.
Bender.
Here.
Heaton.
Here.
Haines is absent. Online we have Home. We have Chris Hardaway and Terry Parker and Michael Miller.
Who's the first one?
What's that?
Who's the first person?
Home. Like phone home, E.T. If they want to identify themselves, that would be great. Change your name, that would be helpful.
All right. So usual procedure, for, for the,
Did you get the people in the audience?
yeah.
Yep, I've got 3 people signed in and 3 people in the audience. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, they already signed up. So I'm not gonna read that procedure for remote access verbatim. We haven't had problems with it recently, so I'm not gonna just summarize, be respectful. This is a meeting for the select board, public's, obviously welcome. It's open to them, just need to be respectful, treat each other the way they want to be treated, and we'll be fine. Gonna move down to the motion to set the agenda. So before we motion, I would like to add Tara Goodell.
Well, can't that be under public comment?
It could be, but I actually think there's a time limit. We usually set somewhere in time limit under public comment, but if you want to keep it under that, that's fine, Brad.
Well, why don't we just add it under?
Because I was going to add under the adopting the minutes of July 9th is where I was going to add that, and then I wanted to remove the liquor license process for this meeting. So that's the motion I'd like to see.
And where did you want to put it?
Under the motion to adopt the minutes of the previous meeting.
Yes.
Can you hang on one second, Greg?
Yeah.
Trying to get the camera going here. Okay, we're good. Thank you.
All right, I make the motion that we set the agenda with adding Tara Goodell's water issue under just after the motion to adopt the minutes, and we're gonna remove the liquor license process. Second.
So motion made by Tom Fuller, seconded by Brad Bender. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed?
Who seconded it? I'm sorry.
Brad.
Thank you, Brad.
All right. We'll move on to public comment.
How about online? Does anybody have public comment? Nope. What's up?
All right. Next item. You guys have all seen the previous month's minutes. If you've read them, I'd see a motion to adopt the minutes of the select board meeting of July 9th, 2026.
I move to accept the minutes.
I will second that.
Bender motions and Abbott.
All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? None. All right. We'll move on to Tara Goodell, 1041 Scottsville Road, complaint. Would you like to speak?
Sure. I had a conversation with Tommy about the road material and water running into my foundation, and it's pushed it in. So we need to come up with a solution to divert the water away from my property.
And you're waiting for the solution right now?
I'd like to have something, yes.
Well,
It's pretty emergent.
we spoke, well, I guess the one thing, Tara, is, has anything drastically changed in the last 5 years with the road?
Got higher.
Yes, it's gotten.
So we raised it
She's got pictures of it.
Yeah.
from 5 years ago?
Oh, yeah, up back, even before that, 'cause
Before.
there's stairs built into the wall.
Right.
Joe built a long time ago for my parents. They're under about a foot of Sure-Pack now. Kenny probably remembers seeing them up there.
I do remember this one.
Yeah, you can't see them, you have to dig them out.
Now, that knob there, if we remove that, which is further to the east, do you think we can send that water down farther and get it into
I
it?
think just gonna make it worse for people below her. That's the problem. Like, I've been up there and looked at it. I mean, probably the best grader operator right in Vermont, sitting right there. And, I don't know what it's gonna happen to it. It's gotten so high now, like I say, I feel if you could cut that grade down, probably eventually it's gonna have to have a retaining wall put in and some kind of a catch basin. But with a dirt road,
You're just gonna fill your catch basin in, and
Do you
within
follow?
2 years, it's gonna be,
you won't even be that long. If she put a culvert in there right now, I guarantee it'd be plugged before fall.
right.
And the boys showed up with 2 more tandem loads of gravel, I don't know why. Now the diversion ditch above her house, the road's pitching the other way, water can't even get to it.
There's a big crown marked on.
I mean, I looked at it Saturday, Joe, after they graded it, and, I mean, there is crown there. I mean, they could cut a little more crown in it, but I don't think she's getting anything more than half the road for water, but that, with these storms, I think
I
half the
agree.
road of water is a lot of water.
It is.
And I'm not sure if that upper diversion ditch where they lined it really does a lot of good, because without cutting a water bar across the road,
Right.
you're not gonna get that water to really,
Right.
and so then we gotta get all the way up, you know, there's ability for a lot of water to start, you know, I think if we were crowning it, Joe, we would crown it almost up higher,
Way up.
way up, and get that water up there to go, because we have ditching area up there.
Some of the shoulders I see are pretty high.
Do you think it
I don't know,
could
some of the shoulders need to be cut off. Like a,
Oh, you're saying to get it to shed
yeah,
better?
get it shed back.
Up above it, you mean? or-
Yeah, the water can't get off the road up there because there's too much of it.
Some of it.
Kenny will look when he goes by tonight.
Yeah, I've been looking at it and scratching my head to kind of, it's,
It needs to have more of an out.
Well, like I told Tara, there's no real quick, easy where you just walk in and say, oh yeah, we do that and it's gonna solve it. And I know what you're saying about if we knock that hump off, if we could control it, though, we gotta maybe cross it at that point, try to,
Right.
because if we put being dirt road and the amount of silt that we're getting,
Right.
anytime we start using culverts or DIs, we're gonna start, I mean,
Right, it's maintenance now.
yeah.
So what's the story there? It looks like a ditch was put in and riprap was put in it.
Well, that's just that overflow, or where it came down the
So
bank.
does anything go into that anymore?
Well, it's not really helping because the fines are just washing down over it, and then they're puddling in her driveway, and then it looks to me like then the water gets pushed right at the house.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually going in the cellar now, going through the foundation.
Right.
Yeah, the foundation's been pushed in, just from the force of it.
There it is.
Figure a way to get that water into that riprap ditch a little bit. Above it would help.
That's what I was,
It'll help some. Right. Yeah, and I agree with Tommy, there's a lot of road in front of our house too, and a lot of rain comes. Okay. You mean, take 1 inch of rain on top of that, you're probably looking at, I don't know, 500-600 gallons just in that one little spot, you know?
right.
I mean, that hump's a lot lower in this one picture there, where that water, some of it could have been going.
Yeah, across the road from our house, I don't know how many years ago, they used to be lower over there, and they filled that in a while back, and that used to be a place the water used to run all the time too. Now it can't.
you're saying over where the house that's fallen in.
Yeah, in between theirs and Pincushion's house there.
I mean, that's as good a spot as anywhere if we could get water to go. But the problem is, if we try to move it that way, we would be tipping the whole road
Right.
the wrong way, and probably people would be running right into that bank as they come around it.
Yeah, probably. That'd slow them down.
So it'll slow down a little bit.
Is there a way to where you drive down into your house? Is there a way to, if you went straight off the road, is there a way to tip that a little bit to get that water?
I have done it for a couple of times. Danny Pierce was up here a while back, and I mean, look at the wellhead in front of our house. That used to be out of the ground 2 feet.
Yeah.
I think it's maybe that much now.
But I see where you have that, that berm.
Yeah, that's something she
You
did.
could kind of
Oh yeah, it's gotta be
maybe
tip it
drop
more.
that to the east side of that so the water gets away from the house easier.
Right. Oh no, that's the way we're gonna have to. I'm gonna go down as soon as everybody's happy, you know, understand the situation she's been put in here with this, and I can't think of anybody one fault, but I mean, you can see the road. You see all them cement stairs in there?
Yeah.
You can't see them anymore. They're buried. I mean,
So if we cut the road down again, I mean, we just got a lower road that's gonna wash into
Right.
there too. So, I mean, I'm all in favor of cutting the road if it was gonna be a miraculous
Gonna
thing,
help.
but I think we're just gonna have a road that's a foot lower, still flooding there at this rate.
you're
if we-
going, you're right, because she's the lowest spot there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna funnel it more.
And I mean, I thought of, you know, we tried to put a swale in there out of blacktop and it's just gonna fill in.
Right.
I mean, I mean, my inclination right now is that we try to get it by her
Right.
and deal with it, maybe crossing it at that point there, and because there's really not a good way to deal with it at her place. And she was more than kind enough to offer to let us put a DI in there, but like you had said, I think within a year or two, that DI is gonna be full and then it's worthless. So,
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, the only way you're gonna stop this is get it, pave that one spot and put a diversion in, put a drain there to keep it from filling up with mud. That's the only really way, looking at it from a hydrological.
well, we had talked about it, and I mean, that would fix it in a minute, but we're
Still gotta get- Yeah.
we're lacking funds
Oh, yeah.
for that part of it. I mean, grading and cutting and gravels, but trying to pave that through there and push that would work, but, I'm thinking it's not in this year's budget, and I think
Oh,
it's
God,
something we would like
probably
to.
not. No question about it, you know, I understand how this all works. I mean, just gotta get talking and get it opened up to ideas and way to fix this. You know, if she has to, somewhere down the road, put a retaining wall in, she'd wanna have the right to do that, cause I know that's gonna be right in your road right away. Is that, what, 3 rod road? Must be.
Yeah, it would be 3-rod road through there, but the retaining wall where her driveway ends, if we can't keep it,
We're gonna have to make a catch basin, have it run into a low spot on the retaining wall with them, let's say a manhole.
I mean, before they graded that, Ed, that did a thing in one storm or 2 storms
Oh,
that
yeah.
was,
One storm.
that, and I mean, I don't know if Scottsville got the storm that came through, or was it just north of there at 3 o'clock this afternoon?
Today we got just a little bit of rain now.
Yeah, and, yeah, I mean, there was a ton of rain then, so if that was, you probably have the same hole again.
Right.
I don't know, I mean, I would be in favor of trying to push it by and seeing if we could at least see what that hump. See, I don't remember the hump, if it was ever a hump there. If you guys remember, I mean, you would
Yeah,
remember back at.
There used to be a nice wide you'd take a lawnmower, so between there, or that bank and the road, now it's not, of course. And the same way the house south of that, or east of it, and the road's higher now, of course.
But I think our problem would be is if we narrowed that road, you know damn well that they'd be driving on the grass where
Somebody be
we...
in there.
Yeah, once you widen the road, and I do agree with you, that road was probably at least 5 foot narrower, if not a hair more, when we were kids.
Yeah,
Because that was basically, if I remember, and I mean, you lived there, but it wasn't much more than 1 lane and a half when we drove through there always.
yeah, I think it's gonna be a long-term fix. And, you know, and she's probably gonna be looking for guidance on your end too, for walls and stuff down the road. You gotta be open to it. You know, if you gotta put something like that in.
Well, we definitely aren't against trying to salvage it, but I just don't want to do something like we discussed that we aren't clearly thinking through and just rush into it and then
Right.
find out, hey, we just pissed away $5,000 and guess what? It lasted a year. Yeah.
No, I agree.
And I'm glad we're having this discussion because Tara Saturday thought I could come up with a magical answer. And it's like, let's get more people involved in it because at least then we can point fingers at everybody if we
Well, unfortunately, our town up there is running into the same thing. They gotta start entertaining more engineering and stuff like that instead of just trying to shoot from the hip and do it.
Right.
Like we used to years ago. And I mean, you keep putting dollars and dollars after this thing and it's just washing in the river.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's what it could come down to, you know, before it's all said and done, but, yeah. I don't think anybody's looking for a magical fix other than we can just get some of the water away from her.
Is there stuff to do up above it in docks or something we can do quickly to try to get some?
Well, I think if we go up to the upper ditch, just up, almost up, not quite to Peanuts, I guess by Lucy's, and try to get that to, maybe get that to take more up there, if we can. I haven't looked at the road up there, I was looking more at the lower end.
Right.
If we got to crown that more there and try to get that to hit them ditches more. If we could get well,
Take a look at it, I'll go for you.
yeah. You think we can crown that more?
Yeah, you could crown it more and cut that shoulder off up through there.
Right, and get it shed quicker.
Shed quick.
I mean, because if we could get that down to basically just from where that cutout they put in to there, I don't think that would erode enough. I mean, you don't have enough velocity there because you probably only got about 2 feet of vertical there.
Right.
To get it out and worst of it off before it gets down there.
Yeah, if we could dump more water into that riprap
Right.
Yeah.
ditch, I think it would make a big difference.
Yeah.
The water bar will work, Kenny. You just want to slow down for it every day.
What it is,
I was actually thinking about that.
I know,
They work great, but they just don't work great for running them over with the car.
Something like that.
Is it one of those or no?
nothing wrong with that, Kenny. Put one in.
Slow down.
Up and on? Is that one?
Right here at that ditch, we'll just put a water bar right up there.
Yeah.
Just put a sign before it, well,
You can pick up the car first.
Maybe they give us some great insight.
I made a note for that.
The 7, that's this truck, so I'm like,
Yeah, I don't know, guys. I mean, I think we can try getting some of the brine off the edge there. Try to get a little more crown in it. And, I mean, if you want to look at it with me, Joe, we can definitely, because the worst case scenario is we make it a little bit better. If we miraculously hit a home run on the first try by getting some of that water,
that'd be great.
yeah. And if not, then we'll just move on to our next, thoughts on it and try to work through it.
Well, we do have that issue now, that road erosion inventory is taking place too. So I don't know if that's part of that.
That's culverts.
Well, still, that's the road, it's got everything drainage,
man.
culverts.
Yeah, that's kind of, I
They
think all
have
there's
some wisdom.
We're gonna move.
Yeah, no, you go on that meeting and tell me how that works for you.
So
I think so.
we can say that we can try to look at, you'll look at it.
Yeah, I mean, I think
try to-
our best bet is look at it and we'll try to shed a little more water and go from there.
Yeah.
I mean, why don't we try to do it this weekend? And then these guys for, when they're back, next week, we can try to show them what we came up with.
Yep.
All right, perfect.
Thank you, sir.
All right. You can attend other meetings, Joby, not just ones you gotta bitch at.
I know I'd like to talk about something else here, it's been pissing me off.
Uh-oh.
Engine brakes. 10 o'clock at night, I gotta listen to one coming down, roaring down through there. We need to do something. I don't know if we can force something for engine.
I mean, we could-
Shut engine brakes off.
My problem would be, or my thought would be, if we put it in there, is it enforceable?
Yeah, we need to enforce it or something, because
I mean, that's like the speed limit. We got one out here that says 25, and they come down through at 60, so, I mean, I think, that's definitely,
you won't believe the truck traffic up through there.
Oh, he saw it the other day when he got the house.
You got big tractor trailers, everything going up through, which I don't care.
what I'm wondering is stupid GPS is putting on us.
Yeah.
GPS going through.
Yeah, it was the other day, there was a 53 footer went up through there.
Yeah.
I don't even recognize the name on it. It's like, where the heck were they going?
Yeah.
GPS.
Well, the problem is, a lot of these are over-the-road Alabama plates and
Yeah.
Wisconsin, and they have no idea what they're doing.
But once you have stuff, we have to do something to get it actually signed and all that, then the sheriff can do something, but without anything, right? Because right now, there's nothing.
I don't know if you can or.
There's a lot of the ones that float through here don't have fleet permits.
Yeah, and that's what we were saying, is that those truckers, they just go by the GPS and they care less, and if they go up over Danby Hill or Scottsville, they're just
Yeah.
following the thing. And I think that's the worst thing with those GPSs, is they really don't design them for truckers. I mean, you still got the ones that try to put them up
Right.
over the notch.
Oh, yeah. If you get the truck version, they're pretty good, but most of them buy the Kmart version for a car.
Yeah.
It's a good way to get to Four Corners. I used to go up through there all the time when I worked for a power company, having to go up in there and work with that, so.
I guess my answer on the engine brakes is, I think we gotta look into if it's even legal.
Yeah.
Because it's a part of a braking device, and
I don't care how many times the big truck goes up through there.
it can be annoying, I know what you're
Oh,
saying.
yeah.
I
Well,
don't,
they wake you up and then,
Especially in the middle of the night there.
yeah.
I don't think you can write tickets for them. Because if you could, Woodstock would have done it a long time ago.
Right.
I mean,
Brandon has it up there, you gotta shut the engine brakes off, or go through the village up there, so.
Well, Rutland City put the signs up a long time ago too, and then they couldn't enforce them, I believe, because it's part of your braking device, and,
Yeah. Especially when they're empty.
I mean,
I don't know why they gotta do it.
yeah. I mean, if you want, we can follow up on that too, for you.
I like it, cause
Another one might not solve immediately though.
it'd be just nice they shut the switch off, come down through.
Right.
I'm not asking a lot, just shut the switch off.
Okay. No, I appreciate the,
I appreciate whatever you can do.
alrighty. Plan on Saturday or Sunday morning. Saturday morning, I got a Prudential Committee meeting first thing.
About Sunday morning. I'm around
Sunday morning. Alrighty, perfect.
Yep. Alright,
Great.
you need your pictures?
Yeah, I just need my pictures. Thank you guys, I appreciate your time.
Alright, see you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. It's time to try to set the municipal tax rate. so I think you guys have seen, there's been plenty of stuff going around. So, what we have, do you see the numbers? Nope.
Well, I know you sent us some.
So basically, for this year, your municipal rate is 0.4910. The local agreement came in, local agreement rate was 0.0019, which gives you, you know, that combined of 0.4929. Last year, your municipal rate was 0.4572, and the local agreement was 0.0016, with a combined of 0.4588.
Did we actually tax at 4588 last year, or did we round it?
No, we do two separate rates.
But
So we do use the decimal in our
Yes.
tax rate, so, okay.
you know, so, and that's what we're at, so, you know, it's a,
Well, I think if we want to discuss it at all, which I don't think we need to a lot, because the questions weren't even asked on it during, you know, when it was time to at the town meeting, is I went through this just the other day, and a lot of the things are things like insurance, and items that literally have nothing to do with the town spending. I bet you 80% of it was non-controlled expenses that are just higher expenses to us. I mean, if you look at, and it's on the agenda farther out there, is we're paying $106 a ton for
Right.
salt. 2 years ago, Steve, were we 88, 80? We were under 90, and last year we were 96.
98.75 from Cargill.
Last year.
Last year.
But the year before, it was, or did it go up that year? But
I think it
we've seen.
was 95 one year and then went down to like 88
Yeah.
and then we went back up.
Yeah, but I'm saying we've seen probably a 10 to 15% hit in
Right.
some of our major items. So I looked at it and I was disappointed that we had to, you know, that our grand list didn't
Right.
help us out with our tax rate, and that our tax rate had to go up. And I mean, that's something that we all gotta look at, is we need to increase a grand list. But
Yeah, but
yeah, it is what it is at this point, because the
And
budget was,
People approved it. so-
right, yeah, no, it was voted on. All we're doing is the math part
Exactly.
tonight.
Right.
So we don't need to,
So,
no, so what I would take from, I say Brad, I'll take a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to make a motion to set the municipal tax rate at 0.4910 and the local agreement rate at 0.0019.
We have a second.
I'll make the second.
Any more discussion on that? All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed?
I heard 2 seconds, so who actually seconded?
You can give it to Kenny if you want.
Throw me under the bus, it's fine.
So Bender makes the motion and Abbott seconds.
Yep.
Good. Move on to the treasurer's report.
I don't have much to report, but now that the tax rate is set, then we can start printing out tax bills, and they'll be sent out like early September. They'll be due November 13th, which is a Friday. Still working on the health equity stuff, trying to figure that out. I did find out some more information the other day when I had a conference call with Darlene and health equity. So it doesn't, the accounts were not all pre-funded, only a portion of it was pre-funded, because our agreement is that 15% of the total allotment is pre-funded. So that comes out to be $2,360, and it's kind of similar to like our general town fund sweep account, how it just keeps replenishing the account. So when the invoices come in, I pay it, it replenishes that 15% amount, and all employees have access to that amount. So, we did talk about the possibility of changing that percentage to 100% so that all of it was pre-funded. And it would kind of act a little bit more like an HSA rather than an HRA. You wouldn't have the card to swipe like an HSA, but all of the allotted amounts for each employee would be pre-funded rather than just.
Why would we pre-fund it if we don't go with an HSA though? Is there any advantage to that? I mean, because at that point, we'd be better off with an HSA, correct? And I'm sorry to put you in that,
No, it's okay.
because I didn't know how deep your conversation was, why they.
No, that was pretty much the most of it, but, Darlene seems to think that might help with some of the issues and that it wouldn't allow, so like if an employee were to put in a claim for, say, $4,000 and their allotment is $4,500, because our pre-funded amount is $2,360, it would go in as $2,360 under what I've been told, or what I'm.
And then you would have to pay the bill before they.
And then it would come in all together. They wouldn't deny it, but they would, I mean, depending on what's trying to be covered, but, they would pay up front the $4,000 claim if it's approved, and then we would pay that back. So it would be replenishing that 15% of the allotted amounts, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So there is an option to change that percentage to 100%, but that's obviously up for discussion for you guys.
Yeah, right now, at this point in time, I'm not.
Well,
changing anything.
and I think our biggest concern was we weren't happy with their.
Correct. And Darlene did mention there was we didn't discuss it very deeply, but there was an option about the town also controlling our the funds for that. So I could talk to her more about that and what.
Right, it would just be one more thing the treasurer would have to do.
Yeah.
Could have an account. And
I think there's other, like, the potential options too, that we can talk.
Yep.
Another.
All right.
Yeah. So I appreciate you still, I mean, like I said, I've still been going back and forth with emails with no progress whatsoever from those people, so.
Yeah.
I'm just in favor of trying to do away with them entirely and go to.
Yeah, no,
I
I
heard
think the
another
whole board is-
municipality was having issues with health equity too, so.
And like I said,
not
you
just
know,
us.
once this next item on the agenda comes up, it'll eventually involve you too, so.
Yeah.
All right. Good? Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, the next item on the agenda is that discuss and vote on the Sullivan Powers and Company external audit proposal, which you guys all had sent to you and everything, so they were the only ones that did submit a bid as we discussed before. So, you know, if you guys have read through it, basically, their cost proposal is $26,000. And they set forward some different hours and all different parameters, and basically, as long as we're doing our part.
I'm sorry to backtrack for a second. What date did you say the taxes are due? Friday, November
13th.
13th? Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks for asking. I didn't have that either.
Oh, I'd written it down after you said it the first time, sorry. Anyway, so, you know, that's their rate. They put in their cost was $26,000, and basically as long as we have some things taken care of on our end, like, you know, books are closed, reconciled, and they'll provide a to-do list before they actually start charging us, that's what their price will be. If they have to put in additional hours, they will, and it'll fall under that, it'll be that $26,000.
What did we have in our audit?
I think it's 34,000, I think it was. It's 34,000 in our audit reserve.
In our budget.
You know, so, you know, basically if we approve it, then they move forward and they have a meeting and they'll discuss with us and set forward a meeting with our staff down here to begin the process and go through that. So, for me, we voted on it. I think it needs to be done. I know it's a lot of money, but they recommend municipalities doing this thing every 3 to 5 years anyways, and we have not done it. 2021 was the last one. We
So we're
voted
right
on
on
it.
target, yeah.
I think so. I'd like to see a motion that we accept this.
I'll make the motion that we accept Sullivan and Powers' proposal.
A little discussion on it, that number, is that something that we hold them to, or do we all of a sudden end up,
So,
could be $5,000, $6,000 over that?
right there, it just says, these fees, it's all costs associated with the audit. And so basically they said they'll have more, the hours are estimates, and they'll put in more hours, more time, as long as we have done what they've asked of us before the audit starts. So basically, so they have a couple things like they'll discuss with us prior to starting accumulating their hours. As long as we provided the stuff and completed this list, they said right here, we'll provide as many hours as are needed to complete the engagement at the prices quoted, provided the books are closed and reconciled and our to-do list is completed prior to our commencing field work. So, the way I read that is if they're gonna, when we accept this, they talk to us, they're gonna have a meeting, like a pre-commencement. As long as we've met what they've asked to do, they'll put the time in that's necessary to complete this audit for that price.
Okay.
That's how I read this.
understand that now.
Yeah, it's a contract.
Greg,
No.
for, when is the start date of their audit, do you
So
know?
there isn't, so what they haven't said an actual start
Not
date.
like when they come to do it, but like when are they auditing back to?
This fiscal, they're doing the fiscal year.
Just this last fiscal?
Yes, we did not
Okay.
do it past, like, they
Okay.
had said it would not be worth,
And you said that it was 26,000 that they
Yes.
quoted? Okay.
So, and I guess I'll make sure that I clarify that in the verbal thing, that the audit is for the fiscal year 26.
yes.
25.
25.
25 would have been
No, it's for
before me.
It's for fiscal year 20,
26, which is 25 to 26.
Yeah.
yeah, just ended.
Oh, okay.
So you call it fiscal year 20,
Okay.
fiscal year 26, which began in 25 and ended
Right.
6/30.
I'm looking at it the other way around.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Well, I think I was always, if it ends, the year it ends in fiscal year 26 is 25 to 26. That's how, but that's what they're looking at, is from,
Beginning, but whatever. As long as we're clear on that.
yeah,
Yep.
yes. We're not going back further than that.
Time period prior to Katlyn taking office.
Well, she was
Well, she started in
yeah.
June and
A
this,
little bit.
Yeah.
yeah, a little bit, but,
Yep, all right.
so we have the motion from Tom,
Brad seconded it.
so we've discussed, so all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? All right. So,
Are you going to contact them?
yeah,
Okay.
and then I'll have to work with, I told Lana I'd call her, and then I will try to figure out and let everybody know what's gonna go on, and, you know, I'm sure, I haven't done this before, this is my first one, so I'll have to figure it out, but I know she's gonna be involved, the auditors will be involved, and, see how it goes. And we'll have to, the budgeting time, we're probably gonna have to start putting money back into that, because,
Well, and the good thing is they've worked with us
yes,
a couple times in the past. So, you know, they know what goes on pretty much.
I don't. Anyhow. Next item be discuss and vote on the bids for the Kraft Hill Bridge repairs. So at the last meeting, we had a brief discussion. I think we just asked for Steve to try to solicit a couple other bids based on the amount of money we were spending with that grant. So I know I've seen this one, which is slightly different than the previous one from the Damon
Parents,
Ferentz.
And that's the only one we received?
that is the only one. I talked again with
Matt Belden.
Matt, and he said he had time to work on it the other day and was gonna get it to me. And as of now, I've heard nothing.
And you also spoke to Daniels, is that right? Or you reached out to somebody else?
He's,
Okay, that's,
that is
Okay,
Daniels.
was it- no.
And I'd spoke with somebody at Cold River and emailed them and have got no reply.
So I guess my question is,
30.
is that a current?
This is the updated one. The last one was less than this.
Yep. And my question is, if we move on it tonight, is he gonna be able to get onto it by the fall? Which is 5 weeks away.
Without talking to him on the phone, I don't know. I would like to think so.
Yeah, and that is probably I mean, we do have that grant, we received it, so it's good until next fall or does it end in the July? I don't remember the.
Don't remember what the dates were on it.
Generator shut off?
No, it's still going.
Here in the refrigerator behind me.
And yeah, I mean, I don't want to keep kicking this down the road because it's kind of hard to tell somebody we want it done
Yeah.
and
The grant's for 67,000, I believe, that structures grant.
yeah, and the thing is though, we're gonna have some in-kind stuff too, right, Steve?
Yes, we're gonna have some work to do ourselves to meet our match.
To shore up that wall, you're gonna do the digging and the riprap in them?
We're gonna do some tree removal, some digging, riprap. And it's probably gonna take our excavator and Damon's excavator when we dig behind that one wall to get it stood up where it needs to be, because his is a smaller machine like we have.
Well, I'm gonna make the motion since we haven't received the others that we accept, Damon Ferentz Masonry's, bid to fix the Timoth Road Bridge. I don't have the number on it, but it's,
Oh, the bridge number?
yeah, the bridge number, but it's the bottom of Kraft Hill, for $30,000.
I'll second the motion.
Any more discussion?
That was Tom Fuller,
And Steve Haines seconded. Steve Haines.
seconds.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Discuss and vote on the Cargill salt contract. We've seen only one contract come in so far, but I think given what the state suggests about moving on contracts and things, and the issues we had last year, I mean, this came in at
$106.
$106.50 a ton, like I said, last year.
Extortion.
It was $98.75.
Yeah.
And, last year, I think we did two, right? We did Cargill and
In
Appalachia.
Appalachia, and I've spoke with Peter, but he said he's gonna need a couple more weeks before he can give me a price.
But we usually don't go with the other one either. The one that keeps sending bids is at Morton. We don't take that one because it's
The only
always
problem we
open.
ever had with them is it would show up in big bricks because they weren't storing it inside and it was wet. And the moisture content was more than the salt. And I don't want to say that that's going to persist for life, but I mean, we've steered away from them for 10 years anyways.
And last year, Morton's pile was uncovered outside.
Yeah. I mean, I'll make the motion that we sign Cargill's, but we also plan on doing a contract with
Right.
Appalachia as well.
I just would like, I mean, to me, it's not a bad thing, given what happened. Let me at least get something that we have agreement on some salt coming, right?
That or we just vote on no salt for the whole year. I mean,
Well, just so we have a contract.
Definitely make a big difference.
If we have a contract for two salts, doesn't mean we have to use it all, right?
Just in case.
All right, so
I make the motion that we sign the Cargill for
I'll second
for the extortion of $106.50 and record it that way.
What was the number on that?
$106.50 a ton delivered. So that motion was made by Tom Ford and seconded by Steve Haines. Any more discussion on that?
I appreciate the details.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed?
Can we take a step back for just a second?
Yeah.
Damon wants to know if the bridge has to be done by October 1st. He says he can get it, but
Well, I think the water,
I think that's part
the
of water
state's-
resources, and I don't know if it's 1st or if it's 15th.
yeah, I don't remember either.
But there is limitations for working in it.
in the water, right?
So whatever the state regs are is what we're,
I think it's the 15th, if I remember right.
You almost good? Can I carry on while you're?
Yep, you're good.
So now we'll move on to the Highway Department Road Commissioner's Report, Fuller and Haines. The first item and this is something this came in, I think you all saw it, July 21st this year, 2026 Small Scale Highway Safety Improvement Program Award. And I don't really, it says we were one of the many recipients of this award. It came from Tricia Scribner from the AOT, and it says the next steps is they're doing some other stuff with the grants and all this stuff, but these things had to be submitted by November of 25, and I just don't recall.
And we received it, so
Well,
we
this is-
obviously, we,
And that's for the safety grant.
This is that safety, a small scale,
So that would be the guardrails on the Brook Road.
but it's for replacements, let's see. It's curb signage, chevrons, delineators, advanced warning signs, blah, blah, blah. Replacement of damaged or deteriorated guardrail, no new installations, removal of trees and ledge. So on, what is included in this stuff, and it says we're one of these. So the next,
and what was our next step on
well,
that?
it says the next steps are coming from something that they're gonna do, all this other stuff they're doing. I'm a little bit confused, but.
Yeah, and they're really not giving us, it's not like she gave us her email if you have any questions, or a phone number, or
She did. So,
that's vtrans.vermont, that's a,
and
oh,
then-
there's a cell, yeah. You wanna call her?
Yeah.
Tell her we'll take the check next week, and we appreciate it.
I'm sure we can find use for, and this is like 100%, it's nothing
Right.
we have to match, or, it obviously comes with all the usual, it comes with a bunch of,
Regs and stuff that we gotta meet, but no money. Oh, just a few pages of
you
it.
get money, but you have to follow through if you want this.
No.
Okay.
Take it anyway.
Well, I think if we reach out to her, it'd be the first thing, and tell her to put it into plain English, what do we got for money, and we're confused on it.
Because I believe that's going to be for the guardrails on Fox Cobble to replace all the wooden posts and put new rail on.
Yeah, well, that'd be good, because it'd come out, it'd be the grant, so. Perfect.
All right,
Steve, you gonna follow up?
other than that, Steve and Larry got in, probably 6 or 8 culverts since the last meeting, or am I underestimating?
You're underestimating. I think we're at 9 since the last meeting.
We got some that were, I mean, I don't know if they were all ones that were affecting people's houses, like we got Seth Arnold's up there on Danby Mountain, because he's got more water coming in there, and that culvert was gone,
The
right?
culvert was, yeah, the bottom was gone in the culvert at Seth's, and
So-
it was undersized to begin
And
with.
then you got a bunch over on Browns Hill, or whatever you wanna,
We did 3 on Lily Hill so far. 2 by the Brown's Farm and 1 between Kelly Hill and Green Hill intersections. We did 2 on Kelly Hill. We're going to do 1 on Green Hill right by Parker Road next week, and 1 at the end of Little Village.
and is that probably the extent for the year of culverts?
I'd like to get a couple more, but at this point, I'm thinking if we've got to come up with a solution in Scottsville, we're gonna have to probably back out of culverts for this year.
Yeah.
Well, and if you have to start working on that bridge repairs, that'll be some time, right? With Damon.
It'll be a little time, yeah.
I think the storms, everything that you guys got there, they got around and started regrading again, which is tough to do. I know Baker Brook Road, we had a complaint that those are getting potholed again. You did as far as Kenny's house, they said.
Yeah.
We gotta take care of the selectmen.
Yeah, but you didn't go that far. No, it's,
So, yeah, we
did as much
still have.
as we could with the time we had.
Right.
Yeah, no, and I think you guys got a lot done. We did get the paving done on, Timoth Road. We still have, we've got to meet with Katlyn and see where we're at as far as what we got to be able to do shimming on some of the other areas. But the main work on Timoth Road's done. I don't know if you travel it yet.
Oh, yeah.
It's very nice, thank you.
They're speeding by your house now, don't they?
Oh, they're flying by according to some of the people.
Well, that's always a good spot for the sheriff to hang out for the first month after you do it to get some revenue.
a couple of them water bars was slowing down too.
And you guys got Sullivan Hill, Danby Hill, all in the last day or two.
Last 2 days, well, today Larry did from the blacktop on Lily Hill up to the end of Little Village. Graded. Yesterday we did Sullivan Hill, the day before was part of Danby Hill.
And we did try rolling them. I had a roller around, so they rolled all of.
I rolled everything that we did on Sullivan Hill, and Joe rolled everything that we did on Danby Hill, which would be basically from just above Seth Arnold's to Eddie Lewis's fields.
So, and we got them chlorided, so hopefully that does help hold them in a little better.
It can make a big difference.
Be interested to see if it does help.
Well, the last time Tom let me use a roller and we did the backside of Sullivan Hill, it lasted for a long time.
The only issue, I would have liked to have been able to put a water truck on it, get a little more moisture and to lock it in, but we didn't have the time at the time. So, I mean, we're trying to get them to hold longer than the 3 weeks we get after the hard rains.
Well, it's pretty tough. I mean, you get the rain we're getting, it's pretty tough.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the thing, but.
So,
I know that we don't have money in the budget, but I've seen a vibratory roller that goes on the front of the town truck and you run off the hydraulics. That'd be something we might want to look into in the future.
you mentioned a tow bond, didn't you mention?
The one Larry showed me that I'm really interested in is, it goes around the back of the grader.
Was on a grader.
Yep, and that has 2 rows of tires that they're offset from each other.
Oh, it's a rubber tire.
It's a rubber tire like they use
Yeah,
for
we
your
spoke
tractor
to that.
pulls and stuff. And I believe the tires are either foam filled or chloride filled, so they're heavier. And being independent, they would conform to any
Get that.
irregularities there might be.
Right. Yeah, the one I saw was hooked right on like the plow
Yep.
and just ran off the hydraulics on the truck. And it was basically an 8-footer, so it would cover the width of the truck. But that's not gonna help your crown, you know, unless you stay to go up one side and come back down the other.
That's what I did with his roller.
Yeah,
I tried very specifically to stay
yeah,
on each side of that crown to maintain it. Because some of the roads I could have done in 3 passes, but they ended up being 4 because the width
yeah.
and
I think the roller will make a big difference, especially on the hills holding it up. But like you said, they're dry.
Yeah, no, if we had time to put a water truck on them too, we could have maybe got them a little tighter, but you got chloride on them after, so.
Yep.
Let's see.
we got just a light rain on them now, so that should help.
Something we can keep our eye out for, just see what they, I mean, I have no idea what that's.
I've been looking, I haven't seen anything, and you know, new stuff's gonna be expensive.
No, I know, but if you find a used one, it helps keep the roads together, it can't hurt, because we're gonna save money
Right.
on some of them, so I think it's a great idea. So last thing, you guys good with that? With
Yeah.
that? So
I don't think we had anything else you
I
want to
think it's pretty,
discuss,
no, I
was
think
there?
it's pretty good.
I mean, the only thing, if you wanna
No.
We
no,
could vote to give Tom money to go to an auction in Florida in the
Not
spring.
yet. Not yet.
How about this? Just keep borrowing my stuff and it works just as good.
So, the last time I want to discuss just, the open road crew position, we kind of know it's still open. I actually had paused that Indeed for a little bit because we had spent around $1,000 and there wasn't a lot of things coming, a lot of applicants coming in, so I paused that right around the time we had the interview. And then, whatever happened there, I did reach out, actually left him a message, but this morning, just to ask stuff. I haven't heard back, obviously, I don't expect to, but I'm somewhat disappointed in that. But anyways,
So right now, what are we advertising? Just on our website?
Vermont League of Cities and Towns goes to the 28th, and that doesn't cost me. And I was gonna unpause the Indeed, I just wanted to wait a little bit, and I was trying to figure out, because you only have, we only have like $500 left. And it goes by, all the stupid clicks and different things, and then applicants, so I was trying to figure out, you wanna do it, I'm trying to do it. Encourage you to do it, so you include a weekend. So I was gonna unpause it again, but there hasn't been a lot of activity. Not last time, we had a lot more applicants the last time we used it.
I'm wondering if we should wait until
that's
the
what-
layoff season starts here. The problem is, it would be a quick turnaround time, but as guys that are getting laid off from the construction jobs that are looking for maybe more permanent work as far as the money spending.
Yeah. No, that's why that's why I paused it, because I just didn't feel like we weren't,
Because right now, everybody's working. I mean, but there's gonna be, once we get to the end of the construction season.
yeah, I'm fine with that. I just wait, and then I'm just trying to think of other avenues we can do that's not gonna cost us a lot of money to try to get the word
I mean,
out.
I don't wanna be negative, but our two-man crew, we're gonna have to ride into the fall, and we've got a spare, and Riley's doing a great job on
Riley's doing an amazing job mowing.
and, so, I mean, if we
And
can
Riley really worked out well last Thursday when I needed him in the truck.
Yeah, no, and I guess we should mention, when we ground Kraft Hill, we hit a big vein of clay, and where you could sit there and dance on it, and I think Steve got up there the next day with Larry and Riley and dug out, 12 load of it or so.
It was 11 load we took out, and we brought 14 load back in to get it where it needed to be.
So that hopefully that hill where it was kind of moving we stabilized it. So, yeah, that should be mentioned too, that the town participated in that quite extensively.
Did Riley think he might want to take the position, or have you talked to him about it?
Riley said that he would take the full-time position for the road crew, but he has to have from January 1st to the end of sugar and off.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah.
Excellent.
So I mean, we could keep Riley as close to full-time as possible and then have Bob in the winter.
Yeah, well,
I mean, we're making do, and the good news is Riley works with you guys as a crew, and Bob fits in as a crew.
Yes.
So we're making do, so we don't need to sit there and
I'll
beat a
wait
dead horse on it.
no, we'll just wait.
I mean, we've got some really good subs, so I don't think that, we'll move forward, and hopefully we'll get the permanent person.
Okay, well, we'll move on to the next item, which I'd like to see a motion to enter into executive session to discuss some personnel matter.
I'll make the motion.
Second it.
Okay, we're back from executive session.
Yeah. Do we need a motion to come back from it?
No, but the record should reflect that.
Came out of executive session at, 7:45?
And no action was taken.
So now we're going on to I don't see any old business?
No.
New business?
I would like to ask the select board to formally request the planning commission to hold a hearing on the 12.5 acre parcel we added to our property. This land is currently in the agricultural and residential, and we're asking to change it to the commercial and industrial. I would ask that they be instructed to only deal with the best use of the land and not go outside of the scope into areas that are covered under the Act 250 like had happened in the last hearing, and I think it should come from the select board, so I would ask you guys to make a motion on that, and
So, I have a couple things I guess I'd say. One is, I would like to see that come on with the agenda and say like to add on a new business.
but is it an agenda item?
You're asking us to do something, right?
Yeah, I don't know if it would cover under agenda or if it's under,
And that's one.
I mean, because you're not making any action, or you're not making anything,
Well, you want us to put a letter together, a letter to the select
Right.
board. So I guess, or to this planning commission, all I ask, is to see, if you just type up something quick of what you're looking for from the select board.
a request to the planning commission to hear the thing, because my concern is the planning commission right now is, you getting anybody to respond on anything. I think you've actually even had trouble getting any response.
That's correct.
And I think that if we do it through a formal request, at least they gotta take some action, as opposed to, they said their next hearing is October 6th, or their next meeting.
Yes, that's my understanding. The last one they canceled. So-
Yeah, and that's the thing, is if they keep canceling things down the road or not
Right.
having them.
No,
At least, if they have a letter in possession, they've got to at least act on it.
Right. No, I just say if I have something with the board, to me, the board has a request from a citizen, from Tom Fuller, saying this is what I'm asking of the board, and to me, we can decide if you don't want to, or we can just have a vote. We want to-
So their next meeting is in October, so we could put this as an agenda item in September. Because
Yeah,
we get criticized when we bring up.
Okay, I mean, I don't care how we do it, as long as.
What I just asked you, send me, get me something to be on the September agenda, and then we deal with that, it goes to them.
Okay,
Is
So the
that-
basic question is, we want to move that from agricultural to commercial,
yes.
which is quite simple.
Well, we had a hearing on it, and if you were at the the hearing at the end, Greg was there, it basically, you couldn't have done comedy better than the way it went down at the end, and I mean, as a 60-year resident, I feel I was kicked in the stomach on the stupidity that went on, and I think that really it should be reheard anyways. And I just felt that coming from the board, maybe we would get some more formality out of it, because I feel that they strayed significantly on that.
I'm perfectly okay. Like I said, I just think we should get a brief letter from you, we bring up, I'll put it on September's agenda, we bring it up, and we discuss, vote.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good with doing it that way, as long as,
That's what I feel, and, like I said, I have been reaching out to them about what they've been doing, because they had one task, and I haven't received anything response from them, regarding the school. So.
all right.
So, yeah, I'm okay with that. Is that all right?
Yeah, I'm good
You
with
gonna
that.
go with that?
Let's make it
Yep.
agenda item in
Yep.
September.
So I will. I'll put that on the agenda, and I'll get a letter. You'll send me just a quick
Yep.
letter. We'll put that on the September agenda. You're good? So, if there's no other new business, then I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Seconded by Haines and
Brad Bent?
750, motion by Bender,
Seconded by Haines. 750.